Bitwise CIO highlights a major disconnect in crypto retail. Sentiment is at its worst in years. While pro investors remain bullish, the crypto fear and greed index drops to 44, which is of course fear as altcoins struggle. Here we have it, guys. This is something your boy CryptoZX has been emphasizing for quite some time. In terms of the retail interest, the retail market specifically, they're not focusing. Retail market, even when they are, flooding towards the crypto market, they only focus on short term, only short term. What's really going to happen in the next 1 month? What's going to really happen in the next few weeks? That's it. They're not here for the long horizon, and this is where people that actually have patience tend to do good. And the same retail people, when they start flooding back in, they get ticked off and are mad because they have lost so much profit. But it is what it is. It's part of the game. You're looking at some really interesting things happening with this space, and if you're still here, guys, during this bloodbath, boring price action, you're here to stay, because of course you guys know it's a bumpy ride. It's not obviously pretty days where you just see the market pumping up and you're just excited, your portfolio is just green, you're staying up all night. There are times where you do see consolidation, borrowing price action, massive pullbacks, and we're actually going through one of those times right now. But welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. Of course, love you guys, thank you for all your support. But looking across the board, going into Saturday morning, of course, still a lot of red. Not a major surprise to any one of us. We need to remember what's happening. Obviously, we're in a weekend, more manipulation than usual, and of course, the dominance index as well. Those are some things we need to keep in mind. But as far as XRP is concerned, on a positive note, it is one of the very few coins that's still up. So again, do we know something? Does people on the insiders that know something that we don't potentially? Again, those are some good questions to be asking, because right now the broader market is seeing a retracement and you're still seeing XRP holding really good, which again is a very, very good thing to be looking out for. So as far as the price is concerned, $2.39, we're up 1.3% in Bitcoin, and also 1.3% in US, about 2.6% in Bitcoin. Comparative valuation at 138.1 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume is at about $7.4 billion. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So look at this. Bankrupt crypto exchange FTX to begin repaying customers on February 18th. So we're coming up in about 10 days for this to happen. So could this really be, the major catalyst behind what's causing, a lot of fear within the space, what's causing manipulation? Because, of course, when you do talk about repaying, there could be a potential, of money being, sold on the markets, especially people that just don't want to hold anymore. They're just obviously, selling. Could that be the case potentially? And, I don't think it's going to have a major magnitude of a change, but I think this could also be one of the factors that could price in right now. Do let me know your thoughts down below regarding this. But I'm happy. But I'm very, very, very happy that the FTX people that were affected by this, the customers are getting repaid. I could not be more happy on that. Now, moving forward, look at this. We're going to kind of really talk about this, because this right here has a lot of people talking. So according to Eleanor, XRP depository receipts will soon be available for purchase by accredited investors through Receipts Depot and DWP advisors. Look, Fox Business has learned. Much like traditional ADRs, which are known as American Depository Receipts, that represents shares of foreign companies, the XRPDR represents ownership of the underlying native token, which again is XRP, without investors having to buy the assets directly, through a crypto exchange. The benefits are similar to those of an ETF, where investors can gain exposure to an asset without having to buy it directly through a foreign exchange or crypto exchange. In short, it's another way of bridging the gap between TradeFi and, of course, DeFi. The XRPDRs will be held by Anchorage and, federally chartered bank overseen by the USOCC. This is huge. If again, this is scoop right now, not confirmed. But again, does this really come as a surprise? No. This just changes the game for people that don't want to worry about self custody. They still want exposure to crypto assets. And this does make sense. It ticks all the boxes. Would not be surprised if this really becomes a reality. Do let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. And imagine on top of that an ETF that just changes the game for big money to come in, and it's even retail money to come in, but specifically major big businesses that are not technically savvy when it comes to investing into altcoins, and they look for products like this. So again, this could be a game changer. But do let me know your personal thoughts down below regarding this. Moving forward, ETFs, countries, and companies now hold $196 billion worth of Bitcoin. So, going back to how I started off this update, you're looking at from a retail side, a lack of interest, and from an institutional side, they're coming in at a big, rate. They're wanting Bitcoin. They want as much Bitcoin as they can have because they know where Bitcoin is going in the next few years. And of course, when Bitcoin goes, regulation comes, as we're seeing regulatory clarity coming throughout the entire globe, projects that are regulatory compliant are going to be the one that's going to thrive. And of course, XRP checks those boxes as well. But this is what you need to really understand. Of course, there's not going to be all days where it's going to be looking pretty. There are going to be days where you do see market, retracing quite a bit. You see a lot of boring price action. This is where your patience really is tested, because let's realize, if it was that easy to become successful, everyone would be successful. That's not how the world works. When are we going to understand that? On this channel, we want to be the winners, though. We want to understand that, it takes hard work, dedication, patience. Here we have it. Of course, a lot of people that have followed my channel have had a major life-changing opportunities over the last few years. I've been reading comments. This bull cycle changed a lot of people's lives, people that have been following the channel, and I could not be more happier. But this wasn't done overnight. That's what my whole point is. People are very, very hooked to instant gains. That's not how the market works. And that's just a reality. I know it's a tough pill to swallow for some people, but you guys know your boy Crypto ZX is going to keep it a buck with you, and that is of course something that you guys need to really understand and realize. But moving forward, our girlfriend Smoke has brought in some good information. Look at this. So how banks will operate as nodes on the XRPL. Banks on the XRPL will use XRP, the native token, the network's only native asset, to facilitate cross-border transactions, and of course use it for liquidity purposes if RLUSD is being used. Because I know a lot of comments are going to come in and say, what about RLUSD, this, that. XRP, the native token, is still going to be used for liquidity purposes. So again, it still has that use. Instead of holding reserves in multiple correspondent banks, they will maintain only their domestic currency and the reserve of XRP. This allows them to directly trade between their currency and XRP, which acts as a bridge for less liquidity currency pairs. By adopting this model, banks reduce cost by minimizing pre-funded accounts, lowering currency management overhead, and decreasing rebalancing fees. Additionally, they eliminate reliance on correspondence banks and reducing the risk of bankruptcy exposure and improving financial stability. Amazing, amazing stuff. But with that said, let's really move our focus towards the price and really understand what's happening. So as I've discussed with you guys before, you're looking at the dominance really showing a lot of strength. This line that I drew for you guys yesterday has really been playing as a support for the dominance index. And again, pretty much confirming for us that how important this is really, and of course how we are in this upwards trajectory for the dominance index. So again, when dominance is sitting this high and showing strength like it is, this is not a good sign for altcoins, and we can really see that across the board, especially over the last 1 week. But in terms of an opportunity, from an opportunity standpoint, there is endless amount of opportunity right now. While there is a lot of fear across the crypto space, remember, be greedy while others are fearful, be fearful while others are greedy. The people that are being greedy right now, that are dollar cost averaging into the projects they like, are the ones that are, going to do good long haul. But at the end of the day, let's really analyze and take a look at what's happening with Bitcoin. So as far as Bitcoin is concerned, $96,200, guys. I want you guys to take a look at Bitcoin on an hourly time frame. So, Bitcoin on an hourly time frame here is showing significant amount of weakness. We actually did see, a wick towards $100,000, Friday, but of course did not last long. I think it was a dead cat bounce. Bitcoin finding its way back to pretty much where it left off of, and it's showing significant bearish price action. If it does not hold around here, very strong chance of us falling down to $92,600 still. So now that we have that out of the way, let's really analyze and take a look at what's happening with XRP, because XRP is showing strength right now, and it is very, very nice to see, of course. So you can see, we actually made our way up to $2.56 a few hours ago, as Bitcoin did see that bounce to the 100K. XRP reacted in a very positive way, but, finding itself down to this $2.41 right now. But, it's holding really good up to, I'm going to be quite frank with you, holding at some key resistance. It wants to break out. If this key resistance is able to break out, we could honestly even retest the 23.6 once again if Bitcoin bounces up, and starts heading towards the likes of maybe $97,000 to $98,000. This could really be a possibility. But of course, if we lose the support where we currently are, things could go south even for XRP, and we could possibly break down below this $2.27, which again could still take us down to the likes of 207, potentially even the $1.92. So the next few hours very important, and we're obviously going to keep you guys updated as to what's really happening. But take a look at the bigger picture. You would really want to see how it's reacting with this Bitcoin move, even though it was clear manipulation of a BTC. You can really see XRP's price reacted in a really positive way, and this gives me the confirmation and more confidence, more in specific, that we are going to see more upside coming in the near future. But again, right now we're seeing a little bit of a choppy movement for the broader market. We're going to take it one step at a time. Love you all. See you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.